Good morning and welcome in, everyone. Before we get on this morning's update, let's go over a quick overview of what's going on across the crypto market, the bullion market, and as well as the DXY, just so we can see what's going on here and get a little bit of a directional pull. Right now, XRP is pretty flat, sitting at the 58.7 cent level. Not much has happened. We've swung down to around 57.7, went back up near a very critical area of about 59.2 cents. The problem here is we were unable to garner any bullish momentum, and we got up all the way to 59.5. We needed a follow through to 61.1. I'm not saying we've broken down all the way yet, but we needed to push and not get rejected by 59.2. We talked about it all day yesterday, talked about it during the live yesterday, and now a rejection here would lead us all the way down to somewhere around 50. It's 55.8 cents. Underneath this supports 55.6, but the technical drop gets us right around 55.8 if this holds. And right now we've gotten the rejection point. So unless it comes back up and invalidates this rejection, this could be a very slippery slope here. On this Tuesday morning, this could be very slippery slope here if this continues down. It was the urgency that I put in yesterday's video, how I talked about the disaster. The disaster didn't come by breaking down and hitting 57.7 as I talked about in the live yesterday. The disaster comes with the rebound if we get a rejection at 59.29, which is in the future yesterday. And then the technical drop down is a 5.5% drop roughly from 59.2 to 55.8. That's the disaster part, and that's still not even a real disaster because it's just back testing the 2018 resistance as support. But that's where it gets into the nitty gritty. If you break that, then you have quick drops down that can happen, and 42.4 would be very quickly underneath. You would have to lose 54.1 cents. So I mean, you do have a 1.5% or 1.5 cent cushion in the expandable zone, but it's certainly not good to see us underneath this consolidating area. We had a very nice consolidation that could have brought us up to 66.7 cents. But unfortunately, we got rejected at 63.1 cents, brought us back down to 59.2. We slipped underneath to 57.7, back tested overnight at 59.2. And now it looks like assuming we don't get hot here and push back over 59.2, it looks like we're signaling a push down to 55.8 cents. 55.68 is the support underneath. So is it far-fetched to say we'll just come down to 55.6 if we continue down? No, I don't think so. So we definitely have to pay attention to that today. It's pretty bearish when it ends up on that side, and the fact in the overnight hours we went right up to that 59.29 area. We hit 59.50 overall. You can't make that up. So assuming we get a nice push of volume here and we don't lose this 59.2, and then we could start pushing up to like 63.8. But right now we've got to push over 59.2. Bearish start so far, but that doesn't mean we can't push back. We do have like what looks like a little inverse head and shoulders in the immediate short term, which is good. Boom, boom, boom. And, you know, we could play off of maybe an inverse pattern, but unless we do that, the moment we get below 57.7, we invalidate any kind of bullish thesis, and then we open up the door to that drop to 55.6. That would be a nice confirmation. So a signal would be getting rejected at 59.29 to drop down to 55.6. The confirmation would be losing 57.7 cents, and then you have nothing underneath. You drop another 2 cents and complete that 5.7 or 5.5% drop from 59.2. But that's if we get this rejection here, and we've gotten one. So now we're going to have to do this in a hurry if we want to invalidate the rest of this drop. And it's not because I want to come out, so it's 6.1% roughly. It's not because I want to come on bearish. It's because the charts are showing me that, hey, we're in a bearish moment. And now the problem is, do we lose the golden cross here in the daily time frame? We haven't lost it yet, but that is definitely something that if we continue to pull back down, we could definitely start pulling back through. We've got a long way to come down, though, before we would actually recross that. We would have to come back. Well, honestly, not really that far, because if we come through 55.6 cents, well, we'll invalidate that golden cross if we start pushing our way back down. Plenty of room here, though, with that golden cross in the daily still. So We'll go through an article that talks about if we're going to invalidate the structure or not. As Ripple slips, this is what I want to talk about. Ripple slips under 60 cents. Whales, oh, we talked about this already. We talked about that yesterday. This is what I want to talk about. Will XRP lose Golden Cross? Here's the answer. So we'll go through and talk about the Golden Cross. We already briefly brought that up. We'll look through the crypto fear and greed index. As yesterday it slipped out of fear and was towards neutral, hit greed for a moment. But I'm sure it's slipping back down today. So all that and more we'll talk about. We'll look at Bitcoin briefly. We'll take a look up here at, as we can see, the US dollar slipping. Well, it's pretty flat, but it's at 100 spot 83. And then we've got gold right now at about 2,511. We've got B2 gold at 287, so even in pre-market. And silver is about to torch 30 bucks here. Once silver gets on top of 30 and holds, it's going to have a nice little rally. So a lot to look at here. Make sure that that like button, so YouTube does recommend this update. Simply hitting that like button, I become recommendable on YouTube, which means I show up in the YouTube news feed when you're scrolling through YouTube, whether you've ever seen my content or not, and you can make an educated and informed decision whether or not you want to watch my content. So please make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. I can be there, because I can't work out tomorrow. Good morning, 8:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, August 27th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I want to start out with that reading because it really does tie into what we're going to talk about. We talked about the Golden Cross, so let's piggyback off of this. Make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and join the over 23,100 subscribers. You can join Tom's Army in the video description below, or just go into the membership area on YouTube, or you can send a YouTube super chat as we're ending the month or at the end of a month if you want to pay it forward. Never necessary, but always a good gesture. If you're looking to trade XRP, your favorite crypto, video description below and our pinned comments. You've got HOTCOIN. You can copy trade me there. No VPN or KYC. A lot of different trading pools. Spot is more convenient. As always, Spot is safer. But if you want to leverage trade, you can find me there on HOTCOIN Copy Trade. Go into the search bar, XRP, type in, and you'll find my name. We're up $235 right now on our $100 to $1,000 challenge. And we'll continue trading when I find the next trade. It's going to be on Ethereum or Bitcoin as we've figured out the trading pools and yada, yada, yada. BITUNIX is my A1 trading source. So if you are following on HOTCOIN Copy Trading, make sure you download BITUNIX. And you also open up separate leverage trades so you can see the difference in the usability and the difference in the protocol. I got word last night that because of our complaints and things that we have sent in, they switched the API on pricing on HOTCOIN. So we'll see if that actually plays out like it's supposed to. But they said there was an issue with the API, and that was the differential in the pricing. It took them a couple weeks to get to the bottom of it, but I did get a message this morning that said that they think they've gotten to the bottom of it. So we'll see in copy trading the differential if they actually have or not. So will XRP lose Golden Cross? Here's the answer. So a Golden Cross was experienced by XRP, which became the strongest fuel imaginable for the asset. A technical pattern that indicates potential upward momentum for an asset is when the 50-day moving average crosses above the 200-day moving average. This pattern is frequently considered one of the strongest bullish indicators. The price levels of XRP that we are currently seeing have been largely facilitated by this Golden Cross. What everyone is really curious to know, though, is if XRP will be able to hang on to the Golden Cross or if it is about to lose it. The main issue is the correlation between the XRP and its 26-day exponential moving average EMA. The 26 EMA has been an important support level, and XRP recently bounced off it. But if XRP is unable to hold on to this support, the Golden Cross may weaken, and the optimistic outlook that has been fueling the asset's recent performance may be dispelled. The good news is that XRP's situation is currently appearing to be rather stable. The reversal from the 26 EMA indicates that buyers are intervening to sustain the price, sustaining the asset above this crucial level. The Golden Cross should continue to support XRP, keeping it moving higher as long as it remains above the 26-day EMA. Furthermore, the general market perception of XRP appears to be favorable. The relative strength index RSI is still within a healthy range, and the volume indicators are staying stable, suggesting that the market is not overbought. XRP's chances of losing its Golden Cross in the near future are further diminished by this general stability. So that was the one article I wanted to read. Well, there's actually one more. Where was this at? It was the XRP whales, because they were dumping, as I said the other day. It was the first time I had seen this right here. So they were dumping, and I talked about how retail investors, 1,000 or less tokens, were adding as whales that had 1 million to 10 million were dumping over the last 7 days. That's when I was like, uh-oh. I'm like, uh-oh, this doesn't seem right. Retail is buying, but the whales are dumping. That can only lead to one conclusion, and what do? We dumped. So Ripple slips under 60 cents. Whales dump 140 million XRP tokens in 7 days. So let's get past the key points. Ripple XRP posts a second consecutive session of losses on Monday, dipping under the key psychological support of 60 cents. As large wallet investors seem to have engaged in a selling spree, and hearing a correction in the price, or ushering in a correction in the price of XRP Ledger's native token. Daily Digest market movers Ripple on-chain metrics shows sell-off by whales. Sentiment data shows XRP investors holding 100 million or more tokens reduced their portfolio by 140 million coins in a 7-day time frame between August 19th and 26th. When large wallet investors drop their holdings, a correction is more likely as the bigger capacity to influence prices increases the selling pressure. However, as whales shed their XRP token holdings, retail investors accumulated the altcoin. Terrible sign. Terrible sign that the big whales were dumping during that pump, and many old retail investors were buying during the pump. You never buy the pressure. You want to buy it when everybody doesn't want it. Everybody buys it when it's already at the top near 63 instead of buying it at 50 or 48 or 30. However, as whales shed the XRP token holdings, retail investors accumulated the altcoin. This is likely one of the factors that helped ease the selling pressure on the XRP. The supply distribution chart below shows the change in the XRP holdings of investors in different categories. Generally, a decline in whale holdings is followed by a correction in the asset's price as seen in previous instances in the last 6 months. It remains to be seen whether the recent decline will lead to a steeper correction for XRP. The network realized profit loss metric NPL, which represents the net profit loss of all assets sold on a given day, also suggests that investors are opting to sell XRP to realize gains. Positive spikes in the NPL suggest that investors on average sold on profits, while negative values represent that traders realized losses. Between August 19th and the 26th, XRP traders consistently took profits, approximately 35.5 million per sentiment data. Typically consistent profit taking increases the selling pressure on the altcoins, thus negatively influencing the price. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse recently shared the speaker lineup for the annual flagship event, Ripple Swell 2024. The upcoming event is another key market mover for the altcoin, and historically XRP price have noted heightened volatility before and during the event. Technical analysis, XRP loses key support. Ripple is currently in a multi-month downward trend. The altcoin fell significantly from its peak of 93.8 cents on July 13, 2023 to the July 5th, 2024 low of 38.23 cents. Since then, it has recovered somewhat, trading in a sideways trend for the last month. In case of correction, XRP could erase another 12% of its value and sweep liquidity at 51.88 cents, the lower boundary of the fair value gap FVG seen in the XRP USDT daily chart. The moving average convergence divergence MACD momentum indicator flashes green histogram bars above the neutral line, suggesting that XRP has underlying positive momentum. However, the relative strength index RSI reads 52.8 on the daily time frame, close to neutral levels. Traders need to watch the signal line and MACD line for a crossover. If the MACD line crosses under the signal line, it could give a sell signal. Looking up, XRP could extend gains to the fair value gap extending between 59.7 to 62.17. And then if you don't know what Ripple is a payments company that specializes in cross-border remittance. The company does this by leveraging blockchain technology. RippleNet is a network used for payments transfer, created by Ripple Labs Inc. and is open to financial institutions worldwide. The company also leverages the XRP token. I always do this to take advantage to show some exactly what they're buying. XRP is the native token of the decentralized blockchain XRP ledger. The token is used by Ripple Labs to facilitate transactions on the XRP ledger, helping financial institutions transfer value in a borderless manner. XRP therefore facilitates trustless and instant payments on the XRP ledger chain, helping financial firms save the cost of transactions worldwide. XRP ledger is based on a distributed ledger technology and the blockchain using XRP to power transactions. The ledger is different from other blockchains as it has a built-in inflammatory protocol that helps fight spam and distributed denial of service (DDoS) attacks. The XRP ledger is maintained by a peer-to-peer network known as the Global XRP Ledger Community. XRP uses the Interledger Standard. This is a blockchain protocol that aids payments across different networks. For instance, XRP's blockchain can connect the ledgers of 2 or more banks. This effectively removes intermediaries and the need for centralization in the system. XRP acts as the native token of the XRP ledger, blockchain engineered by Jed McHale, Arthur Britto, and David Schwartz. So that's the information on XRP. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index this Tuesday morning, we are currently at 55, 48, which is neutral. Yesterday we were at 55 greed. So I expect us to continue to come back down. When you see us reach fear and extreme fear, that's when you really should be starting to buy. If you know nothing else about trading, when it's fear, buy. Extreme fear, actually open up the wallet. And then when it's greed and extreme greed, that's when you want to start considering selling the holdings if that's what you're looking to do for profit. So yeah, we're in a very dicey spot here. XRP right now, as we talked about to start the update, and we'll end this way. XRP needs to push up, and there's nothing really in between here to talk about. We need to push up. We failed to do it so far. If we take it in a smaller time frame, we've got rejected by 59.29 cents. Now, we do have a small inverse head and shoulders here, but it can be invalidated if we break 57.7 cents. If we start pushing back up and we clear 60 cents, we have a fair value gap in FVG at 62.3 cents. We also have a fair value gap down at 51.8 cents. So which one will we hit? So could we go up to 62 just to come back down, or go back down to 51 so that we can have a big breakout? It's possible both ways. Right now, what's on my radar is the fact that we're getting rejected at 59.2. We have a death cross in the 45. We have a death cross in the hourly. We have a pending death cross in the 2 hourly, which right now we're getting rejected on the 2 hour, 200 day, which is bearish. The fact we got rejected at 59.29 is bearish. The fact that we have a technical target at 55.8 cents is bearish on a breakdown. So we're looking pretty bearish this morning. I'm not going to lie. The only way to invalidate this structure is to get above 59.29 and start pushing and break that psychological resistance at 60 cents and start pushing up. Other than that, we'll continue pushing down. And we have about a 6% drop to finish this drop down to about 55.6. The technical target is 55.8, but 55.68 to retap the 2018 resistance as support, I think is a very, very fair and honest observation if we were to break down. So pay attention to that. That's everything I can give you with XRP. And Bitcoin's at 62,441 very quickly here, down 393 points, or 0.63%. Bitcoin has broke below a very critical pivot point. That 62,737 is everything. It is everything. And we're going to put it in. We'll put it in yellow and we'll put this line very big. That is everything right now. This right here, if Bitcoin's below 62,750, it opens up the door to a drop all the way to 56,846. Now, I'm not saying this to be a dick. I'm saying this so you can understand how urgent this moment is. We could have a massive gain if we have a reversal anytime in the near future, but if we continue down this road, this is a very slippery slope, and it's a disaster in the making. And it's not like, oh my God, it's the end of the world, because Bitcoin would still be over 56K. But imagine a drop down near 56.8. That's a 6,000 point drop right now. A 6,000 point drop with Bitcoin absolutely will get XRP. I don't think just down to 55. That would probably open, or 56. I think that's how you would open the door to 51 if that were to happen. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Until I see you later on this afternoon, have a blessed day, everybody. And I will catch you on the short. I got to get going here because it's going to pour here in about an hour. And I'd like to walk up to the gym, so I'm already at the gym when it's raining. And then I'll just figure out the rain on the way back. But we'll see what happens. So have a blessed day, everybody. And let your emotions stay in check.